There is a new industry that is booming, that it is projected to be a $1 trillion industry by the year 2028. And you, as well as I, can take advantage of it because it is already one of the fastest growing industries in the world. And I'm gonna show you how you can take advantage of that. So stay tuned for that. Okay, so very quick. If you feel like you find some value in this video, I'm only gonna ask one thing, that you like and subscribe to the channel so that I can provide you more value to it. But with that being said, let's get into it. The e-learning industry, as you already know, most of us are already doing. I'm already doing it as I'm speaking to you right now, as I'm giving you this content. But this is an industry that is projected, as I share with you, a $1 trillion industry by the year 2028. The industry is booming, and also in this industry, you can teach people the how to. How many times has any of you got onto YouTube and then the first thing you type when you're looking to how to do something is how to? Well, this is the industry that it is projected to be one of the fastest and most profitable industries in the world. This is the self-education industry. As you already know, most of you here in the country, we are experiencing what it is, a broken school system. And if you're a parent like myself, I believe that, great, my kids are in elementary school, they're teaching about history. Once you get to the high school and even college years, most people will agree that those colleges, those school systems, they are already broken. Most of the teachers, they haven't even experienced the work that they are teaching. And also, a lot of the times, most of the times actually, I can't really remember the percentage, but it's somewhere around the 70–80% of the people that go to school get into $100,000, $150,000 in debt. They don't even follow the career that they were studying for in the first place. That is me. That's me. I went to school. I got my degree. Again, I previously served in the military. The military helped me with those benefits. But needless to say, that degree costed $120,000 for a 4-year college degree. I'm not even in the industry anymore, as you can tell. That was in the food and beverage industry. I no longer cook. Once I got my degree, as a matter of fact, I never stuck to that industry, never cooked again. I worked maybe about 2–3 more years, and then that was it. I was done. It was too tiring for me. I didn't want to do it anymore. So most people who are in that industry, also there is a percentage number, and it's very high, it's in the 60–70%. They hate it. They don't like it. They're unhappy with it. So again, with the self-education industry, you anticipate what is next. You're going to know what's coming next, right? So just like Jeff Bezos, right? And with Amazon, he adapted back in 1984 when he was raising money for investors, which, by the way, this industry does not require you to have any sort of capital like that, any type of investment. All you need is just a good camera. You need your good solid Wi-Fi, and you need a little bit of lighting in your room as well. So very minimal investment required for you to get it going and to start getting into the industry. But also, again, this industry is about selling what you know. It's about telling your story, because there is nothing more than just your own experience, selling it to the people, selling it as you already know, and selling your own experience, that is. So by the way, this is part of a 5-day challenge that I'm currently taking right now as the shooting of this video with Tony Robbins and Dean Graziozi. This is the Time to Thrive, and that's the name of the content that I put today, the Time to Thrive, because it is the time. The time has already shifted. The world has already shifted, and it's time for us to be adapting on that. So this is a current 5-day challenge. It's about 3 hours that they give out entirely free, because they know that this is an industry that is going to be taking everybody by the masses. As I already shared, most of us, even myself and a lot of people that I know, we believe that the old school system here for the education system in the United States, we know that it's broken. And we know that people want to learn from the ones that have already experienced that, and they want to learn from the people that have already been in that industry, or just selling their own life experience, telling a story so that they can relate, so that they can connect with people. Okay, so how do we do that? Again, as I already shared, the world has already changed, and we know that the time is now for us to be adapting. COVID was, you could take it either way. You could take it as one of the worst things that could ever happen, or you could take it as one of the best things that could ever happen. Why is it the best thing that could ever? We already know why a lot of people might think that it was one of the worst things, right? You know, you got the mask mandates, you got the entire world getting shut down, restrictions, no more than 10 people at an event. Or you can take it as in, this is the best time, because why? Because it has allowed every one of us around the world to be connected via Zoom, via the internet. And it has allowed for me and you to be able to have a relationship where you no longer have to fly to a business meeting out from China or Singapore, Europe, out to the United States, or vice versa. We can meet through Zoom. So now you can understand how much that has allowed companies to be able to profit and not spend so much money into the travel industry. So with that, the world has already changed. The traditional school system is broken, which we already touched. And you also can do that by building online communities and online groups. There's a lot of Facebook groups that you can build. And all you have to do is literally, like I said, you know, just sell your story through that community in that group. And also embracing that opportunity. You have to be okay with embracing that opportunity. I was one of the individuals who, at first I was like, you know, I was taking a self-development course. It was called Landmark out here in San Diego, California. And during the middle of the course, we obviously were shut down because of COVID. We ended up finishing the course online. I could not adapt. I was very distracted. That was the first time ever for me, I believe, that I've ever used Zoom. And so for me, it was not the best pleasant experience. However, with that, it allowed me to see that opportunity that I no longer had to drive all the way down to San Diego. Can you see that? I no longer had to go to San Diego drive for about an hour, spend about an hour and a half of my time going there, coming back, and then not to say that gasoline, as high as they are right now, you can only imagine how much toll that would have taken in my body, in my car, and in my pocket as well, because I had to drive all the way down to San Diego. But with that said, you got to embrace the opportunity. Tony Robbins always talked about how during early March, he was having an event out in San Jose, California. And I remember that very vivid because I was going to be attending the August event that is called Business Mastery. And the next thing you know, the world gets shut down. And so they told him, you cannot have no more than 10 people in the room. He was going to have 15,000 people in the room. He's like, no way. There is absolutely no way I'm going to do that. So what did he do? He adapted. He started thinking outside the box. Okay, what else can we do? What else can I do? So next thing you know, he has his big old screens in his studio where he can see everybody around the world. He's able to touch more people around the world that he could ever have touched if he was still traveling to places to go to these events. So Tony Robbins will tell you that he was one of the people that first just could not accept it, but he had to embrace the change, right? He's one of the coaches that says, hey, change, opportunities, it's a gift. So see it as an opportunity. Every challenge, every problem that you have, see it as an opportunity for you to embrace it. So embrace the change just like I have. So that will be one of the things that you could do. There are 3 core beliefs that you must have while you do this industry or any type of industry. And that is that you got to believe that it's there. Okay? We can't operate as a human being, you know, wanting to do something and not believing that there's a treasure there, that is something there for us. If we operate like that, it's not worth it. It's not even there. You might as well just drop it and don't even worry about it, because it's not going to function. Because as I already shared in one of my videos, it's all about the mental laws, right? The mental law says that whatever you put out there is what you will receive. The Bible says, ask and you shall receive. So believe that it's there. Also, number 2 is I will. And then I must find it. I will find it. I must find it. It's not a I try. It's not a I'll see if I can. Can you imagine if the great leaders, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Tony Robbins, all these big time players in the industry would say, well, let me see if I try. Let me try. Let me see what I can get out of it. Let me see if I'm able to do so. No, you know, their mind is, I must find it, and I know that it's there. Okay. Now, number 3, it is worth it. Obviously, we can't do something and expect not to be worth it. A lot of the times we have made that mistake where we do a certain thing, but we, at the end of the day, we say, hey, well, it wasn't worth it. Well, was it worth it for you to have that experience, to not ever do it again? You know, was it worth it for you to have that so that you don't commit it again, so that you can teach other people that they cannot make the same mistake as you did? This is what the industry is all about, for you to teach people what you have learned through your own life experience so that you can help them become a bridge builder. Think of it like this. This is life, and these are going to be struggles, okay? These are going to be struggles in life where you are going to be encountered every day, okay? This is where I come in as an individual who is telling my story, selling you what I have learned, teaching you what I have learned, some of the tools, the skills, and therefore I can be a bridge builder. I can help you get there faster, not having to go through so much struggles that I went through, perhaps maybe a little bit, but I'm going to be a bridge builder so that I can help you get to where you want to be faster. And that is essentially what this business is all about. It's telling your own life experience, selling your own life story, life experience, so that you can help people get to where they want to be even faster. And it doesn't have to be teaching them self-development. It could be anything. There's a lady who, her son had eczema. She created a cream and she was able to put it on her son, and the eczema went away. For a long time, they told her, hey, go ahead and sell it online, create a group, tell people how you did it. And at first she thought, hey, nobody's going to listen to me. They don't care about what I have to sell. They don't care about whether I can do it or not. But eventually what she did was she got in front of the camera. She started telling people how she created the cream, started selling it to people. And the next thing you know, her business has started booming. Now she's a multimillionaire individual who works from home with the camera and was able to provide value to the marketplace by creating this cream that allow her son and many other kids around the country to get rid of the eczema. So you help people get there faster. Understand it like this. You are a knowledge broker. So you know how you hear sometimes you got the real estate broker, you got the broker for this, you got the broker for that. Well, they are the head of the herd, if you can call it, the head of the office, right? You have the broker, the real estate broker. He has other agents between him. Well, you are the knowledge broker. You are the one that distributes that information. You are the one that when you have a limiting belief, right, you can turn it into an empowering belief by sharing your own experience. But now, one of the things that you must understand is that everything that we're doing is we need to write it, because when you write it, even if you never go back and take a look at the notes, there is something in the brain that I don't know what it's called, okay? But I know that it has helped, and I've heard it from psychologists, and it has helped me as well. When I'm writing it down, it helps me remember. It triggers something in the brain for me to remember it. So if I'm able to write down my limiting beliefs, and if I'm able to understand that my limiting beliefs is what's keeping me from reaching my full potential, then I can identify them and then I can tackle them. So by doing so, I can come up with my empowering beliefs. What is it that I now believe in? What is it that my new beliefs are going to get me from where I am to where I want to be? Otherwise, the old belief and then the new belief. Understand this as well. Focus on what? Because most of the times, a lot of the times actually, most people get caught up in how am I going to do this? How am I going to do that? How am I going to get it started? How am I going to get my business going? How am I going to tell these people to do this? How? And when you think about the how, what I started to realize is that we start with the wrong philosophy. We start with the wrong step. That's way down the line. So we get caught up in the how, therefore we don't end up doing a lot of the things, most of the times. And we say we should. And next thing you know, you should all over yourself. So focusing on what and why. What is it that you want to do and why is it that you want to do it? Got it? So great leaders, great individuals who have done it big time in the industry, and just any industry for that matter, they don't focus on, well, how am I going to do this? You know, like I'm sure they have those conversations, but not at the beginning when they're getting a business started and they're getting it up and going. It's about what are we going to do? What is it that we're going to focus on, right? Because where focus goes, energy flows. What is it that we're going to focus on, and why are we going to do that? Why is it that it's so important for us to focus on the what? The how comes later. Like Tony Robbins says, reasons comes first, answers come second. So your reasons need to be really, really strong in order for you to achieve that goal. The answers will come in second. Focusing on the why. A leader decides what they want and why they want it. Okay, that's part of the focusing on the what. They decide what they want and why they want it, not on how they want it. That's not how this operates. So now there are 3 levels of leadership that I want to talk to you about as well. See things as, number 1 is see things as they are, but not worse than what it is. Okay, I don't know if that makes sense, but I'm going to repeat it again. See things as they are, but not worse than what they are. Meaning that a lot of the times we make things more complicated than what they actually are. And therefore, because we make it complicated, we just end up taking either no action or we just freeze. We get stuck in the moment and we just don't accomplish anything. So seeing it as they are, but not worse than it is. It's actually one of the levels of leadership that every leader has. And then just because you're a leader doesn't mean that people have to follow you. That's not what the meaning of leadership is. It's like, hey, I'm a leader. I have a lot of people following me. It's about knowing what you want and why you want it. That is a leader. So if you're one of those, you're in the right place here. Number 2, see it better than it is. So now once you identify that one thing that you see it not worse than it is, see it as it is, right? But see it as an opportunity. Again, I go back to the example that Tony Robbins gave when COVID happened. I remember that event when it was going to be in San Jose. I was actually thinking about going there. However, I was helping another individual getting out there to San Jose, and we helped him get the tickets. Next thing you know, they got shut down. So I remember exactly that event. And so what happened? So he started seeing it better. He started seeing it as an opportunity. Well, I'm the one that teaches that opportunities, the problems are gifts. So seeing it better than it is, understand that every challenge, every event in life, it's an opportunity for you to take advantage. And then once you identify that, seeing it better than what it is, it's actually a great, great, great gift that you will possess. And it's going to give you better results out of life as well. Once you identify it and once you see that it's better than what it is, make it the way you want to see it. It sounds very simple, and it actually is. Once you understand that you have the ability to do anything that you want to do, okay? Not be anything that you want to be, but you have the ability to do anything that you want to do once you make it better than make it the way you want to see it. So these are some of the beliefs that you need to have when you are learning this self-education industry, because again, it is projected right now, currently sits about anywhere to $200 to $295 billion a year industry, and it is projected once again to be a $1 trillion industry. The financial industry currently sits at about $1 trillion industry. So that just tells you that there is going to be massive, massive opportunity for you and I to take advantage, and just doing everything that we're doing right now, just sharing information back and forth, giving people how to solve the problem, something that you have previously experienced, giving it to the individual, helping them get in there to where they want to be faster. For me, for example, I served in the military, so making videos or giving you information about how I got to the military my first day, right? because I had to make a decision when I was in school. Once I made that decision in school, I had to enroll. I had to go take my test. Once I took my test, I had to go take my physical. Once I got my physical, they had to ship me out to boot camp. Once I got to boot camp, I got there. I put myself on the yellow footprints. They shaved my head, and they started putting me in these platoons where I was going to be get trained by just drill instructors. So there's so many things that I can tell you for that individual who is perhaps maybe thinking about, joining the military. I have the ability to help you to where you want to get to, making that decision, making that jump, right? Because a lot of times, we fear of making that jump because, we know that there's nothing down there that's going to catch us. But we know that we can get there if we have that little bit of push. And so that is what we do. That is what you're out to do with the e-learning industry. That is why most of us, agree and understand that our school system needs to get better, but there's not enough. It doesn't beat the fact that most people, a lot of people actually around the world, now they want to learn from you. They want to hear your story. They want to hear what you have to offer to them. And it doesn't necessarily have to be, selling them a product or, again, not focusing on the how, right? But how am I going to do this? How am I going to create this notebook? It's, okay, what do I want? Okay, I know that I want to give you that information. I know that I want to help you get to where you want to get there faster by sharing my own personal experiences, and then be that bridge builder. Be that bridge builder that is going to help you get to where you want to get even faster, or without having to go through some of those struggles that I personally have gone through. Why do I want to do it? Okay, I know what I want, but why do I want to do it? Well, I know that my purpose in life is just to give back, right? To give value. So that is going to make me fulfill into knowing that I'm providing value to the marketplace, and it's going to make me more valuable and help me allow me to reach more people, so that I can therefore fulfill on my own purpose in life, if that makes sense. So again, this industry is projected to be a $1 trillion industry. Massive, massive, massive opportunity. The how-to industry has been booming for the past couple of years, and it's just going to continue to take off as we understand that the world has shifted. Understand this: Zoom is one of the best things that could have ever been created, but it's also one of the worst things that could have ever been created. With that said, how do you take advantage? How do you leverage from that? The fact that it's being one of the greatest things, or you could say, it's one of the worst things. I choose not to do, because if you choose to do so, you're going to be one of the individuals that are going to be left behind. People want to hear what you have to share to the world, even if it's just getting in front of a camera and just telling a little bit of a story. You'll be surprised how many people are going to be looking forward to hear from you, from your own experiences as well. With that being said, I hope that you got some value. My only request is if you did, go ahead and click the like button, subscribe to the channel, and all of our social media will be down here. With that being said, our next video will be part 2 of this 5-day challenge that we're learning with our dear friends Tony Robbins and Mr. Dean Graziozi. Thank you, everybody. Take care, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye, everybody.